Jazz says, due to this virus pandemic, I'm feeling very depressed and scared. What do you recommend to keep your sanity in this environment? How do you keep yourself positive? I feel there's no choice but being positive. Because what's the alternative? The alternative is what we don't feel good, right? The alternative is sadness, worry, anxiety, fear. And you know that it's not the fear that ruins us, it's what we do to not feel fear that ruins us. So we kind of give in to the situation and sit and feel like we are helpless, and that helplessness, that reaction to that anxiety, that reaction to that hopelessness, that reaction to that fear is what really fear is all about. Otherwise, there is no such thing as fear. As long as you're dealing with something, you will not feel fear. So make a plan for yourself. Okay, I get up, I tidy my place, fix my bed, clean up, get all spiffied up, and make my tea or whatever it is, and do a meditation, and feel you're connected to the nature. So that connection itself, the feeling of the meditation, without you thinking about it or not, automatically makes you feel I am actually part of the universe, nature, life itself. Therefore, I'm not a victim. I am actually part of the boss end of it. I'm not an ant. I'm actually part of the whole nature of things. And by meditation, I kind of affirm that without any thinking or verbalization of it. So you will feel from within without any stimuli, just because you meditated, just because you've got things in order, just because you're doing things. The video that I will release today is just a short discussion about what do you think about the present situation. And in that, I've explained that one of the reasons that we feel the way we do is because everyone's order has been broken. We all do things in our life called mechanical process. Whether it's in a relationship that you break up, that mechanical process have created a certain routine. A certain routine and discipline means there's a certain order in your life where the mind, which is always agile and flowing all around, doesn't have a physical place to be, will find its security in the order. Mind is not like any other parts of your body, physical parts of your body, that would find security in knowing where it is so you can touch it and know where things are: eyes, ears, nose, legs, hands, arms, everything, so you feel secure. The body feels secure because you're physically secure. The mind doesn't have that ability to find security in the physical body unless you teach it how it does. That's a different story. Because it doesn't, it finds its security in doing the routine and the discipline, in the order of your life, in how things are done. And it finds its security in that. Hangs his hat, relaxes in that order of things. This is why when your relationships break up, the order is broken up, you feel terrible, then you keep going and in the memory to thinking of your relationship. But you're not there to think about your partner. You're there because there is a memory of the order of things, how things were going. And that memory of the order of things, and the brain doesn't understand what's virtual, what's actual, it makes it feel there is an order, so the mind actually relaxes in that order, finds security in that order. That's why you keep going to the memory. Now it's the same thing. You have lost your order of the thing in your life because of this corona thing, And therefore, you're constantly feeling like, what am I going to do? Because there's nowhere for your mind to find its security, its calmness in the order, because there is no order. And you can't be necessarily going into your mind and looking for order, because the order of life has been all different kinds, and you don't have that vivid memory of how things were. You're not going to be saying, oh, I used to go to work and I used to go have my coffee at this place and then go to work and then take a break. You don't do that, because it's not something that we do. We do this about fun things, maybe a vacation or relationship, but not about the general things. But when this general thing breaks down, we do feel the devastation of it, the lost feeling of lostness. So what you do, you create new mechanical processes. You get up. Making your bed is part of your new order, part of the mechanical process, part of the things that you do that will lead into creating the new routine, hence new order. Then doing whatever else you got to do, making your breakfast with more leisure, more relaxation, making your tea or coffee, sit down and do a meditation, and then maybe watch something that you like to learn on internet or YouTube, whatever system you use, and or perhaps you read something, or you just sit and watch and daydream. Create all these things that you do as to be the mechanical process, the things that you would now have designed for you to do during the day. So you won't be in any envy part, any memory, any sadness, because the sadness is a feeling, and that feeling wants to replace to become your order, because the mind is desperately looking for some order somewhere that it can fall into. Sadness could turn to be your order. Don't allow that. How? By doing things, because when you do things, you are where? You're not in the past, which memory is. You're not in the sadness, which sadness is pretty much going to get you thinking about the memory, and it's not a place where anything is happening. It's a no happening zone, and therefore you will lose your contact with the present moment, with the now. But if you focus on the things that you do, for example, when you are doing the meditation, you are in the moment of life. You're creating something amazingly new experience. So you're with that, what is new. And what is new is not in the memory. Memory is in the past. Past is dead. So therefore you're not in the past, because you're not in the memory. You are in the new. New is the now, because you're making it happen. Your efforts is the now. Effort equals now. The moment, life equals effort, whatever it is that you're doing. So if you're doing the tea making, be totally with the tea making. Think about the tea bag. Think about how it's designed. Think about the name of the place that is making it. Think about what you're doing, the water that you're boiling. And then when it's all ready, think about it, look at it, smell it. Focus on the feeling of this tea coming into your mouth. Be with every single molecule of happening of whatever it is that you're doing, and therefore your mind would be where your body is. That means whatever your body is busy doing and the efforts that you're making through your physical being, your mind is thinking about it. So that means what? The mind that doesn't have a place in the body until you teach it, and it's all over the place, now it is with your body, what your body is doing. So together, mind and body end up becoming one. The mind is not in the body. Your body is having a part in your limbs. Your hand has a part in the body, but the mind doesn't. Yet, in sharing this tea, the mind and body both are at the same place. That's where you manifest your total power. That's where, if you look at my seminar at the local university, which I have the video on it, when the student tries to lift me up, first it can, second it cannot. Why? Because first the mind was separated from the body, mind was all over the place, and he was just simply lifting up the mass. Second, when I brought my mind, collected from where it was, to a place where it also is in the body, and focused it there, then it was just like my mind and body both are focusing to interact with this tea, and they became one. So mindfulness is when you bring your mind and body together as one. And that's a trick you use to teach the mind to be here, not somewhere else. Because mind has this powerful capability of being at the moon, and then second later, before you know it, is back and ready to go to Mars. It's all over the place. And it's not trained to know where to focus, which the preferred place for mind to focus is where the body is. Because when mind and body are both coordinated, they are like wheels of the car. They're moving together. When they are coordinated, that's when you manifest your total power. And that's why that student could no longer lift me up, which is against the law of physics. How could that be done? I'm the same mass from one moment to the other. The difference was, first time, my mind and my body were not together. Mind was doing its own thing and body was a mass, so it could be lifted, according to the law of physics on this earth, on this planet. Second time, the mind was now one and coordinated with the body. And then I manifested the total power, which is naturally mine and is naturally yours, which is when you become one with the energy of the universe, with the nature as a whole. And who can lift the whole nature? That's why he couldn't do it. And the same thing, mindfulness can be the same technique to, without using the techniques I used in that seminar. It's a way to bring your mind and body together, but using simple things in life. If you are cutting carrots, you focus on the knife cutting carrots and be with it. If you are drinking your tea, you be focusing on totally the experience of the flow of this tea into your mouth and tasting it, and that brings you to the moment, and the moment is always now. Moment where efforts are taking place, it's always now. And that's where life is, and that's where the abundance of the flow of energy of life happening more than anywhere else. That's why you meditate, because that is when your mind and body are together and you are with the effort of the flow of the energy of the universe, and you become one with that flow of energy at the same time. As universal flow is happening, you are with the flow, you become the flow, flow and you become one. There is no you, there is no universe, there's just it. And that's where everything is fresh, new, hopeful, and powerful. That's how you deal with it. No other way you can deal with it. Because you have to understand, you are bigger than you think you are. You're part of the universe, and universe is tremendously strong, big, and powerful. And you want to be one with that. You're a drop of the ocean, and you're just out of the ocean long enough that you haven't realized that you can always get back into the ocean, be the ocean, not the drop. You have the capability of being the ocean. So simply recognize you're a drop of the ocean, but you are part of the ocean as soon as you tap into it. So the energy, we are a bit of energy, and we say me, but in fact, this is part of the great universe. So tap into it back through mindfulness, through meditation. You will have that tremendous power that you deserve and is naturally yours. All right.